What's up, everybody? What's happening? This is the Mr. Straight Facts Show. Today, my lips don't work right. Mr. Straight Facts Show. Um, this today is called Heart to Heart Conversation. And I want to have this conversation today about, what my brothers and sisters have been going through. You see the 92%, you see the 80% and all that, and how we don't want to go out and march, and that we kind of given up on the political world. And maybe people don't understand it. Maybe people do, but I haven't seen anybody really talk about it. See, a lot of my brothers and sisters are out there just like me, upset, hurt, trying to figure out what's going on with the world. Wondering why so many people are in pain so much that they want to hate on people and destroy people's lives. At the same time, I can't speak for all black people, but I've been seeing my brothers and sisters, and many of my mutuals are just, flatlined. When it comes to talking about this stuff, they want to give you the facts and they flatline. They don't want to fight for anything. They just want to just sit back and watch everybody else fight. And I understand that. But today was one of those days where this is why I say it's a heart-to-heart conversation, because I'm going to have a vulnerable moment. Today I woke up and just didn't feel right with the world. And what I mean by that is I had just lost faith in everything. I love the facts and all that, but in humanity, I lost it. And my girlfriend got the brunt of it. I got to apologize when I see her. I didn't go off or anything like that on her. It was just all this coming out of me. I don't think a lot of us have talked about it. And I'm one of these people who've been putting myself through therapy, because I grew up in a black community, and most black people I know when I grew up didn't have anything to do with therapy. It was like, you're weak and all this other stuff. I've been breaking that with my own show that we do. Called Neophytes Unite on TikTok every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Since I've been doing this show, it's been more like 7. And watching documentaries and finding out more about mental health and dealing with my own. And I'm so used to packing everything in and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? That I got a crap ton of luggage to unpack behind me because I just keep on moving. And I realized after this election, if you guys have been riding with me for a few minutes, okay, I was out there hard going for the facts, trying to educate people along with my mutuals. I'm Mr. Straight Facts, no chaser, fuck your feelings, you know what I'm saying, with the eyebrow raise. I was doing that. And I was making fun, with Trump Whisperer, translating stupid. Welcome back, class. And I lost my funny once that was over. Personally, I'm a funny guy. I'm a happy guy. I'm a positive guy. But for the past 10 years, this man has been irking the fuck out of me. And I've been wondering why. And it's because not so much him. I've lost my faith in humanity. Humans, it bothers me that humans, we're so much alike, but just the shade of our skin, people hate. We all breathe, eat, bleed the same. See things pretty much the same. And why can't we get it together? That's what I lost it on today. That's what I lost it on today. People not wanting to get it together. Educating people who don't want to know the facts. They do everything they can to go find lies so that their feelings match the lie that they turn into a fact. Instead of going out there and finding the truth and having your feelings adjust with the truth, so that every day you don't have to wake up and lie to yourself so that you can get by. So I started to see there were too many people out there that love lying to themselves so they can have instant happiness. And then there's other set of people who understand the facts and everything like that are happy, but then they understand they got to fight the nonsense in order to be happy. They've made it so bad that this man is basically the demon that they keep on feeding back and forth. They keep on giving this animal, this monster. They keep feeding it when they should be starving it to death. They're feeding it. What goes on in a person's mind that you're going to continue feeding a monster, even though that monster's trying to eat you too? That was the part that kind of like threw me off completely. I just couldn't understand how something like that would continue on. And nobody, it appears on that side, is trying to even gain an ounce of knowledge, of facts. Nobody, it appears. You get none of them really fighting to find the truth. They're constantly lying to people. They're out here telling people that tariffs aren't taxes, that their lives aren't going to change drastically. It's already reached me. I got a text today telling me and we haven't raised the phone bill. Is it T-Mobile? They're raising my phone bill $5 for each line that I have. We haven't done this in a long time. Yeah, it's Trump, the reason why you're doing it. It's not going to affect people, not that much. BS. It's about to destroy people's lives. And there are people consistently lying to the people. And they're consistently wanting to hear the lies from the person because they've gotten so attached to the cult member, the cult leader, that they're willing to die on the sword. And we're sitting here like, dude, you're running into a blade. Could you like back up? What is your problem? Wake the fuck up already. And they're like, no, I believe it. I'm going to sacrifice everything for the orange guy. And then some of them are waking up because they're losing everything, losing their farms. Some of them are going to start losing their homes. How long is it going to take for people to realize they're giving up way too much and they're getting nothing in return? Hate. They're feeding these people's hate and division. Is not having a trans girl play with girls in sports so important that you're willing to lose your house over it? Or immigrants so important, making that $5 an hour that you're willing to lose your farm over it? I mean, wake the fuck up already. I mean, you're looking at the ant instead of looking at the fucking forest. I'm like, dude, what? Look at all this. And you're going to destroy all this because the ant getting on your nerves. I'm like, the hell are you talking about? The dam broke today. I was like, why are we trying to save these idiots? Why? Me and my content mutuals, I see them every day. Love them. But from one to the other, we're just yelling in the wind. Into the void. Are we changing any lives? Or are we just speaking to those people who already like us? Are we making a difference? I'm sure we are. But once I start realizing the Democrat Party is not even listening to us, I'm like, what the hell are we doing? They're feeding the Republicans. They're feeding the beast that's trying to destroy everything. Democrats like myself, we're feeding the beast that don't give a damn about us. They give a damn about their billionaire class people. So what do we do? What do we do? That was my task today. After I had my little breakdown about saying, you know what, I'm tired of people who don't want shit to move. I'm always talking to people in person and they're like, man, why can't we just get this together? Why can't we just care about other people? I mean, how hard is it to want health care? How hard is it to pay for these things? And I'm like, you know what? Being a solution-oriented person, I call myself an avid solutionist because I'm always creating solutions. People don't even ask for them. I just be creating them. That's what God put in me, so I just do it. Even if it doesn't come to fruition, that's what I do. I'm going to dive into my gift, even if nobody else appreciates it but me and God. But all throughout the day, all I kept thinking, how can we fix this? And then started to think, the only way we can start even trying to fix it is for like-minded people who want some of the same things to come together and start our own thing. Start our own thing. I'm not saying that it's going to take over any of the other parties. What I'm saying is we have people who believe some of the same things. People who want some of the same things. And I just started thinking about it today. And I'm like, I'm going to start this grassroots thing where just revamping everything. I'm going to go through every policy that Americans want and put them all together into another party eventually. And get people by people just joining in to be a part of it. Because if we can't go to them when we need them, why do we need them? If they're going to do what the hell they want to do anyway, how are we really making a difference? I kind of believe both parties, all three parties that I know of, independent as well, they just need us to get in. They need our vote. But do they need to do anything for us? No. The billionaire class will substitute whatever the hell we want. If they want something else, that Democrat, that Republican will vote down the line of whatever that billionaire wants. And then gaslight us and tell us, hey, we're going to, do this for you. I'm like, okay. You do one thing for us and 17 for them. That really helps us. One thing for us, 17 for them. We need a new group of people that literally want things done for the people. And again, the reason why I'm saying this is not because I'm trying to take any party over. I'm just tired of having an allegiance to a party that doesn't give a fuck about me or my people or my issues. And if they do, they decide to trump what the people want, for lack of a better term, trump what the people want because their lobbyists are paying them. They're all in that system. That's the part that really gets me, is that the billionaire class makes the decisions and we get gaslit that we're actually doing something. We get one thing, two things passed, we're excited. Billionaires get 40 things passed because they got lobbyists. We don't even know nothing about it. In the one bill that we want something, that lobbyists and those Democrats and Republicans and billionaires get 17 pieces of pork in it. Oh, I'm getting a bridge. I'm getting $1 billion. I'm getting $100,000. I'm getting this. I'm getting that. Oh, yeah, you guys get this. And we sit there and look. Most of us don't even read the bill. It's just the thing that we want, that one thing we want. And then they have 65 other things in it. And that's our tax dollars going to 65 other places that we have no idea where it's going. And then when our kids need, books in school or whatever, parents are coming after they don't pay their taxes. Instead of giving $400 million for some Teslas, how about you give that to some schools so our kids can have a higher education than what they have? Instead of giving $1 trillion for some fucking plane that you're going to decommission, how about giving $1 trillion to things like to end poverty, to give people middle wage give people like living wage jobs so that they can pay taxes, and the amount of money that goes in the pot just grows and grows and grows. No, you don't care about people being poor. You don't want people to have money and put it into the pot so therefore we can have more and be able to pay down the debt. No, you want people to stay poor, rich get rich, and they keep spending their money other places, buying yachts, going over to other countries, trying to buy fucking Greenland, buying out the Panama Canal. What about the fucking United States of America? These people are talking about getting other people's lands, trying to get Canada. It's just insane. I haven't seen the majority of Americans ever even want Canada or Panama Canal. I ain't seen not one person lobby to want that. Not one of us citizens. I guarantee you some billionaires are like, yo, we need more land. We buying up stuff. We need more land. Let's get other countries. And this dipshit president is like, okay, putting his face on buying shit because he wants billionaires to have it. And I guess BlackRock, from what I hear, I didn't validate it yet, bought Panama, or at least was trying to purchase Panama Canal. I'm like, it's insane. So I had my little breakdown on it today. And you may not have noticed, but right after the election was over, pretty sure some of you, I was done. I didn't have it in me. For about a month or so, I didn't make videos at all. I didn't come back, and I'm a private person. I don't really put out my personal business often. I'm doing it now because I'm an honest person, and I really didn't want to talk about nothing else. I really wanted to get it out there, maybe have some therapy with my other brothers and sisters, because this is the black thing, us knowing what's right. Not to say disrespect any other culture, but we're the fighters in this country. We're the ones that put up our blood, sweat, and tears to fight for equal rights and justice for all. Other cultures just stand behind us while we take the bullets. And they reap the rewards while we lay bloodied. And then when it's time to fight again, we're in the front lines. And this has happened hundreds of years. So when black people were saying that Donald Trump is going to destroy the world, United States and a globe, all the stuff he was saying, these are things this man was saying. They put out the Project 2025. These are the things that me and other people were preaching. And there's a time when you have this moment where you're like, I done gave it my all. Why am I still trying? There's so many people that just aren't listening. And you don't know why, and you're trying your best to figure out why. You're trying to continue down that path of, trying to be a part of the solution and not the problem. But you get tired because you feel like you're alone. That's what I see in all my brothers and sisters out there who are talking, the 92%, 8%. They're talking, but they all feel alone. Nobody's really listening except for their core group of people who listen. But what are we doing? We want the Democrats to do something. We've seen it. They're not. Not all of them have that same ilk as AOC or Jasmine Crockett. They don't even have the same ideology. Some of them are in purple states, so they're trying to please both parties. And right now, both parties are total opposites. So how can you please people who are in a total opposite? Where's the middle of people trying to go two different directions? There isn't. There's a voided space in the middle. So if you're in the middle and these two are total opposites, you're basically a worthless person there. You're not really going to get anything passed because neither side likes what you're going to say. How you get elected, I have no idea. But it happens, like Jared Moskowitz and a few other people that voted to get Reverend Al Green, in trouble, so to speak, even though he doesn't get anything, his paycheck doesn't change or anything like that. It's performative. But you sit there and you feel like, man, I'm fighting, and where are the people at? You know what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about my brothers and sisters getting out there marching. I'm saying is that when we're out here giving this information, even the people who are giving it, what are we going to do? We're just giving information. How are we moving the needle? That's what I felt today. We're not moving the needle. So I tasked myself. Nobody tasked me with it. I tasked myself with how MrStraightFacts, my real name is Drew, how can you move the needle? And that's what I've been working on throughout the day. I'm always this guy that says, it's not a me thing, it's a we thing. And if you've seen me, you've been around me long enough, you've seen that in my TikTok and all the other places I talk. I say it's not a me thing, it's a we thing. And with my brothers and sisters, we've been feeling alone. That's why we don't want to fight with nobody, because we can't trust nobody. People saying they're allies or this or that. But the moment one of their racist friends says, oh, this is going on, that's going on, we should do this, without a doubt, they run beside that person, not knowing what that person is doing is racist. It's just my white friend, my cousin, my niece, my nephew, until a black person says, that's racist. And then, I didn't know that. And then here it is. We done sat here and worked all this for years for people to snap into racism and don't even know they're being racist. So it's like, what are we doing? If people are going to snap back to who they were, why are we trying to get them to come over? Why are we going there? Why are we trying to do that? Why are we trying to be inclusive with people who find so many different arrays of like their identity? They can associate with races like that. And you got to re-educate them on that was racist. You'd be like, why do I got to re-educate you that that's some racist shit your cousin just pulled? Why do I got to do that? That should be something that should be automatic to you. But it's not. And here we are, course correcting. I'm fucking sick of course correcting people who should have enough sense to know that what you're doing is wrong. It's crazy how nobody has to course correct black people. It's just innate in us to want the right shit for everybody. We don't have to tell a black kid, you got to be fair with this. They automatically have that shit in their system. How is it we got to teach motherfuckers that are grown how to be fair? The fuck is that? Why we got to teach grown people to give a fuck about other people other than yourself and your own fucking spawn? How hard is it to look at people and say, look, that brother's down, white, black, or indifferent. How can I be of service? How hard is that? It's not hard at all. So how fucking sad is your heart that you don't give a fuck about nobody but you? The idea that a person like Elon Musk and Trump, man, you guys got everything financially. You got a family that everybody thinks loves you to some degree. What the fuck else do you want? I mean, damn. You fucking up regular people's lives so that you can get a tax cut? These people are taking care of their families. They're working their fucking ass off. They're doing what the American dream is all about, and you're taking it away just because you're fucking greedy. What the fuck is wrong with people? You want an extra $1, but that baby can't fucking eat. And you're like, I don't care. You got blinders on. And you think you're a good human being? You're a piece of shit is what you are. The fuck is wrong with y'all? How the fuck can't you see a baby? This man's got a kid that's got cancer, trying to get help. And they're trying to not let this child do what she needs to do to stay alive and be healthy. Why? Hatred and money. It's just evil. And I don't understand how human beings can't see that shit. It's not hard. You know what's hard? Is to close your eyes to it. Close your heart to it. That's some hard shit. That's a heart of stone. How can people be so evil and walk amongst us acting like they give a fuck about people? How much money do you need, Elon? Huh? You want it all? Okay, after you get it all, then what you want? Because it ain't going to stop. How you the richest man in the world still trying to get money, free money from the government? This is the sickness that American people do, or humans do. We keep giving these assholes money. We want to be like them for some reason. Why you want to be like that asshole? I wouldn't. If I had his kind of money, you know how many people I would be helping? I can't take the money with me. I cannot take it with me, but what I can do is do good by other people. They just want money for money's sake. What the fuck does it do for you? You feel like a big man because you got the money? Okay, good. But you can't stop there. Because now your greed has you thinking like, oh, wait a minute. I want to mess up and destroy people's lives. What mindset do you have to sit there and say, I got enough money to buy a planet if I want to? But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go out and try my damnedest to fuck up somebody's life who's trying to get it together. Why? I just want more money from the government. Don't get it twisted. That's what he wants. All of them. They all want the power to fuck up anybody else's life and make their lives better. A man who wants to be, quote unquote, a king. Haven't you ever watched movies? And it kills me about this. It's like, how did it end up for kings? How did it end up? They ended up unaliving them, beheading them. The only thing that was left is in Europe right now, if you even think about being a king. But that's what ended up in almost every one of those stories in history. They don't care. They're just trying to obtain everything. And how can you be in any party and be beholden to billionaires and millionaires? You got the power to help the people, and you choose to help rich people more than the people. And then you go asking the people to enrich you too. Give me $5 here and $5 there. How about you do something, or better yet, how about you do more for the people than you do for that 1%? How about that? How about you pledge to not take their money anymore? Why do you need a bill or a law to tell you to not take their money? Why don't you just stop fucking taking their money? Even though it's legal to do, just stop taking it. Novel idea, huh? Just stop taking it, people. You're trying to get this dark money out. Just stop taking it. If you had morals worth of fuck, you stop taking it. Turn it down. Nah, I'm for the people. I don't need that. No. I'm going to go ask the people for the money. I don't need yours. I'll make these laws and decisions on my own. I don't need you writing any laws for me. That's what I do for a living. That's what I get paid for. I need to be writing the laws. You don't need to bring me no law that you pre-made and all I got to do is sign it. I'm good. I want to do the homework for the people. How about that? I see someone said here, I think Mindful Meaningful said something about capitalism. And I believe that. But what I believe even more is that we give titles like that and it is a system. But it's more than just the capitalism. It is the people. Because in all honesty, just like with anything else, it's the people. Capitalism can work without the greed. Yes, it could. Without the greed. You don't have to gouge people to sell something, because capitalism, just anything, is it's basically, supply and demand. It's pretty much all it is. Supply and demand. But you get greedy people trying to charge you $300 for something that cost them $10 to make. Whatever I can do to make it happen. Promise you the world and give you nothing, but take enough money to make you feel like you did something. It is mankind. It is our brains. It's how some humans work. It's the frequency they're on. They're on that greed frequency. All they care about is what they can take away from you and make them feel like they're winning, while promising you the world and delivering you absolutely shit. I tried. Yeah, really. Had we given you $1 billion, would you have tried harder? Yeah. I only work. It's just like a fucking machine. Keep putting the quarters in just to keep it working. How about you do a service? It kills me how politicians say they are service oriented. That's bullshit. People who do service will do it regardless of whether they get paid or not. Being a service. I ain't talking about no business. The government's not a business. If I'm going to serve someone, I don't sit there and say you got to keep giving me money to serve. No, if you are a person who's religious, are you getting money from God or Jesus, who you believe in, or whatever you believe in? Buddha, are you getting money from it? No, you're serving because it's in your heart to do good by others, and therefore you shall be repaid. These people, you put the money in the machine, then they work. And whoever's got the most money, that's who they're working for. Of the people, by the people should mean you're doing shit for the people, not just one person. That's where I think most of these parties have lost their freaking minds. That's why today I was like, you know what? I'm done. I tried to look and see what party can I get into that doesn't do this. I want to leave the Democrat Party. I want to leave all that shit. I'm done with them. I don't trust none of them. And I ain't gonna say that I don't trust, like, the people who aren't taking money, like Bernie ain't taking corporate money. I don't know what anybody else is taking. I love the fact that Jasmine Crockett is fighting. I love the fact that AOC is fighting. I don't know what kind of money they're taking. I got to do my homework on that, but I'm done with it. I'm voting again, like always, on the issues. But I'm done with the party thing with them. I'm starting my own thing. And I ain't saying nobody got to join me, but I'm starting my own thing. I'm totally moving to a point where I want people to give a fuck about people. And I'm getting tired of trying to change people's mind. You're never going to change the Democrat Party's soul. It's already been developed. That soul is not good for the people. It says it is, and it does more than the Republican Party, but this is the rude. This is like the gimmick here. The Republican Party does shit for black people. The Democrat Party offers the world to black people, but delivers one or two fucking things. And now they both look, well, this one don't do shit for us, and this one does a little bit. And it's like, fuck that. Do a lot. What the fuck you talking about a little bit? You can't be asking me for millions of votes and you got one fucking plan and it's always the same. We're imprisoned a lot, so let's start a bill so that we can get black people out of prison. Oh, they're happy. Fuck that. 96% of black people will never fucking be in jail or break a law. Why the fuck are you trying to get me to vote for you just because you want the 4% to be treated better? How about you treat them better without me having to vote for it? If you really gave a fuck, we wouldn't have to have that conversation on the table. That should be something you're doing automatically. I shouldn't be voting for you to do the fucking regular shit. What do Americans want? That's my question with my new thing. What do Americans want? And I want to start, with what they're always trying to take. Education. So I'm going to form this party, and it's not going to be, it's just grassroots. I'm not forming an actual party just yet. Just trying to get black, white, Latin, everybody together who are for wanting good shit to happen for everybody. Being fair to everybody. Letting people fucking live and leave people to fuck alone. People getting in other people's business. It's none of your damn business what's happening in somebody's bedroom unless it's illegal. It's none of your damn business whether somebody's straight, gay, bi. Walk past them if you don't like it. But don't try and change their fucking life because you don't like it. Fuck you. I'm not comfortable with certain shit, but I ain't gonna change nobody's life over it. The fuck is wrong with people? Let people live. If it's against your religion, then let your God take care of them when they go to heaven or hell. Who the hell are you to tell them what to do? It's just insane how we try to rule people. Just on simple shit. These last elections that we running, all we've been talking about, trans people. Are you trans? No. Then what is your problem? What bathroom they can use? Do you understand there are trans people that's got intestinal problems because they're scared to go to one of the bathrooms because some of you idiots might fucking fuck with them. They're holding their stuff in when they're out. They can't just be themselves. They got to worry about idiots harming them just like gay people did in the 80s. Why are people so fucking caveman-like? Leave people the fuck alone. Live your own life. Shut the fuck up about anybody else's. You'd be pissed off if somebody came into your house and said, you know what? Your wife's breasts are too big. We got to shorten that. Now, I can't stand seeing those big gaudy things. We got to cut a breast off. That ain't going to happen. Would you like that shit? Fuck no, you wouldn't. How about we did that to men? You know what? Anything below 6 inches, we're going to have to cut it off because we don't like seeing it. Women don't want to have anything to do with y'all. Get up out of here. Would you like that? Fuck no. So why the fuck are you fucking with other people? Because you're weak. You're scared of shit. All it takes is for you to be educated and the fear goes away. But you'd rather be stupid and make it seem like whatever you believe is 100% true. Maybe it is for you. Live your life your way. But don't rule nobody else's life. You ain't a king. You ain't a queen. You're just like them. You get one vote just like they do. Why do you want to live in hate? I don't know. But I found myself having this breakdown, so to speak. And I was just like, I didn't have faith in people. I said, you know what? People are shit. They're shit. Always blaming other people for shit instead of taking responsibility for their own actions. It kills me when you see a Republican or a Democrat always, what about you take responsibility for your fucking actions and shut the fuck up with the what abouts. You did it. Now handle it. You try to escape it. Oh, but she did it. So you both fucked up. Now you accept your fuck up and then she'll accept hers. How about that? Instead of just saying if they fucked up, I fucked up and it's a wash. No, you're two fucked up human beings is what it is. That's not a wash. It's just that simple. Rude, Planet, Interplanet Janet. Make all elections funded through public money. I am 100%. That's what I'm talking about. Public money. If the people want you, that's it. Only if corporations are going to put money in, they can only put in just like another human being can put in, up to $5,000. After that, no doubling nobody's money, no tripling nobody's money, no being able to invest any other way. The PAC shit, none of that. That should be it. The people want them. The people get them. They can't be brainwashed into believing what you believe. If you don't say nothing truthful, you should be able to be held to account. It's just in this country, and I don't know about other countries. I've been to other countries, but not in their politics. But I don't know. But that's a good thing. I mean, like I said, I think I'm gonna make it members only. We're just gonna get in and just talk about it. I'm gonna have a members only live, and we're just gonna get in and talk about, each aspect of our government and how the people want it. How the people want it. Come up with solutions. What is your particular problem in your community? What is your particular problem in your community? There's got to be some similarities there. And then to be able to help our communities grow in a more positive, a more unified way. Every community is struggling with something. It's rare that we're struggling with the same thing, not unless it's like economics of some sort. But if one community doesn't have housing, then we should be investing in housing with our government money for those communities. We shouldn't be going over and building some big ass statue in a rich person community that don't need it. If you want it so bad, spend the $1 billion you got and get together and get a group of people in your neighborhood and y'all make it. The state should not be paying for it. The federal government should not be paying for it. Not at all. If you got the means, use it. We need to focus on people who don't have the means and get them to a point where they do have means, so that eventually our taxes can be lowered if more people are paying into it. That's how you get taxes lowered. Create opportunities and jobs for people instead of creating this vacuum of greed. Piled up damn near $1 trillion. I lost $200 billion, Elon Musk did. I'm like, that don't make any sense. And still trying to tap into our money and take another, $400 million for his Teslas and another 200 something million for something else. And I'm like, you're cutting people, yet though you're taking hundreds of millions of dollars of our cash so that you can build some fucking toys. Welcome, Demetrius. Welcome to being a truth bomber. I appreciate it. Is that what you're doing? Yeah, we need to change that. And the universal basic income, yeah, I've heard of that. They've been doing that for years. I remember one of the founders of Facebook. It was shortly after he left Facebook, him and a few other people were coming up with universal basic income. And they had like a group in which they did it for, I don't know how many hundreds. It might have been a few thousand or something that they started with. Test group to see how it worked. I never found out how it worked. I didn't get deep into it. But that's what happened. It's just been a whirlwind today. I said, you know what? I'm tired of these people taking my joy. So this right here is the rant, but I'm moving toward my joy, about my happiness. My happiness is, treating people fairly, being treated fairly, giving people opportunities, step into your own brilliance, find the things that you love and do them. You know what I mean? And support people. No competition, because whatever your mission that you was brought here for is going to be different than mine. Even if we're both musicians, you're going to bring something to the table that I can't, because you was born with whatever it is that you have inside of you. That's why we have so many artists and none of them are the same. And we'll listen to each one of their songs and fall in love with the hits that they have. That's because they're individually brilliant, just like you, just like me. We just have to tap into what we're brilliant at. So my whole thing is to kind of like start from like scratch and start talking about every aspect that we think we can make better. Forms of education. If we want to cut back, what can we do to make schooling better so that it can be funded and our kids can have a better education? With technology here today and with abilities to do certain different things, we can be able to come up with ideas and pitch those types of ideas to one another and make it better. I think the people have a better solution than our politicians. And then once we have something like that, we can start looking for people to be in the positions of senator and congressmen and women and school board members, because now they all have the same type of mission that we're having. And that for me is fairness. To me, it's giving people opportunities. To me, it's investing in communities. It is creating living wage jobs. It is trying to curb or even eradicate extreme poverty in this country. And give people, these opportunities to move as far as their body, mind, and spirit, and it will allow them. there's too much that this country has to offer, that we're sitting here, these billionaires are controlling everything. And I mean, we can decide that we're going to start buying this brand and that brand and start creating people who are people centric, a part of this, that really want to help people. We need to start making them wealthy and stop feeding this evil fucking billionaire machine. Stop buying Tesla. Stop buying all these billionaires who don't give a damn about the people. Stop buying it. Rent them, lease them for a while. Get rid of them. Whatever you got to do to survive now. But there are things that we have got to agree on. Even though there's things that we disagree on, it's about being able to figure that out. Because I don't trust politicians. I don't trust what they say their people believe. I think their billionaires believe this. Because there's so many times I heard Democrats say, this is what our constituents believe. I'm like, I never spoke to you, nor do I care about what you're talking about. So why is my money going towards something you ain't even spoke to the majority of people? You ain't even gave a poll to the people. I mean, how hard is it with technology now to send a poll out to the American people and ask them what do they think about something? How hard is that? So you can get the mass amount of people who literally want to vote on something. How do you feel? Oh, I do this, I do that. How hard is it not? I mean, with technology, you could create a system that has your biometrics. I know people are scared to do that in the situation, but has your biometrics so that you can say, this is what I want. And it's attached to you. So you know what the people want. Instead of what this, no Russian bots, no this, no that. There's so many ways that we can use technology to make things better for us. To care for one another. To get rid of politicians that don't focus on the people. That's what I believe. That's what I think a party should be. That's what I think we should be able to do for the country. And when they see a lot of us getting behind something like this and telling them that they need to focus on the people more, maybe they'll do it. Then maybe we'll actually start this into a party and maybe we'll take over and do it. I can't speak on what God has in store, but I can say this. He put on my heart to quit with them. Now, like I said, issues I will ride for, no matter what party. If it's an issue that's going to help the people, I'm riding for it. But just blind allegiance to anything, I'm done with that. I'm done with it. After being disheartened by Democrats not doing anything, the majority of them, few of them can, but they're not leadership. I'm done with it. So yeah, so that's what, I came on. Bernie Sanders, my senator, he's representing, but he's a bit of a unicorn. Kate Gould, come on now. Bernie Sanders is not a bit of a unicorn. I mean, he's like a unicorn slash, horse, cow, everything, golden calf. He's a little bit of everything that everybody wants in politicians. And he's always fighting for the people. I agree with you on that. I had to do my research on him. I admit the first time he was running, I didn't vote for him. Not because I didn't like what he was saying. It's that I didn't know all about him. I wasn't educated on him. And I was still stuck in that mindset that it's only two parties, independent, and people aren't going to vote, and I want to win. And now, it's like I just want to feel good about my vote. And I'm willing to lose to win. Meaning I'm willing to lose other elections to win finally what we want and desire to have. Because if you're picking, again, sometimes and I didn't believe in this until after the election, you're trying to pick, against the evil and the one who barely listens. You go with the one that barely listens, but does listen. Because there's no option of people who actually fucking listen. Actually care. They actually get back to the people. And when you talk about different cultures, you know what I mean? There's so many, every culture wants to do right by its own. I get that. I appreciate that. But to exclude other people, I don't get that. We can all come to some type of agreement because in reality, your community, I ain't gonna say every community, most communities are not just all one race and not all one culture. It's a mixture. And so if it's a mixture, then what is your community? What does it need? And if it needs something, then you should be fighting for that. And I know everybody can't get what they want because it ain't like we got it like that. But what we can do is figure out what we need. And this time, this group gets it. The next time, that group gets it. Whatever it may be, however we decide that we want to move this thing along, we need to rewrite this because the Democrat Party ain't going to listen to us fully. They're too attached to their billionaires, and they want to give us something every once in a while, even though they're the better of the two parties. And the Republican Party ain't listening to nobody. They're trying to destroy everything and think they're doing good, by whom I have no idea. They're sacrificing everybody, even their own people, to get to some place that they ain't even described yet. Like, what is the end game? Have no clue. But that's what, I went through today, and I had to come up with something for myself to have some kind of peace and to get back to being joyful, having fun with this. And every day, spent years every day seeing this nonsense and there was 4 years of that nonsense, his first presidency. And now it's like 100 times worse. It seems like it's been 12 years and it's been like a couple months, if that. It's just insane. And I don't think a lot of people are going to make it through that. I don't think a lot of people are going to make it through it. And I'm not trying to be an alarmist or anything like that. I mean, I know survival because I know my people have done it. But I'm talking about people's mental health. I'm talking about people of physical health because I don't know what they're going to do with insurance. And they're going all over the place. Medicare, Medicaid, everything's uncertain. How do you go after everything all at once? They know they're pissing people off and that in 2 years, they're not going to, or maybe even less, they're not going to have enough people to pass anything. So they're just running through stuff. Because if they allow the House and the Senate to make decisions, they're going to prolong stuff. And that's going to take a couple years, and then they'll be out of power to some degree as far as House and Senate because they're more likely going to outvote them out. So they're trying to get all this stuff done in their first 2 years, and they're not trying to clog anything up with the House or the Senate the legal way. They're doing it the illegal way. And go figure, a criminal doing crimes in America with America's money and America's power. And we're sitting here like, oh, it's a regular old day. We suing and all. I'm like, that's great. That's great. So that's what, it's been on my heart today. And I've been thinking about it, how can we fix it? You can follow, you can subscribe to the show, or subscribe to the show rather, or become a member if you like. Thanks for becoming a member earlier. You became, was the Truth Bomber? I think it was Demetrius. I appreciate you. I decided on a name today. And I'm still looking at how to get everything. And again, it don't start as a party first. It starts as ground roots movement type of situation. And coming up with the way we would see the world. One of the things that I realized, I was talking to my daughter, and we were talking about the world, like that I'm leaving them in the world that they're embarking on. and they're younger, and they say stuff to the nature, the world, the young, rather the youth, say that we talk about race a lot. I was listening to the kids say this, and it's like, do you understand that black people don't want to be talking about race? Not at all. Not at all. And if we just could have the equality and the opportunities, race would rarely come up. But because, you guys are young and we gave y'all opportunities that we didn't have, we was able to get into middle class areas or to areas that were, filled with all different types of races and a rainbow of people, and everybody was kind of getting along. You think that's a microcosm of the world, but that's just your community. Step outside and see the world in the United States, and there's sundown towns, and there's mostly whatever areas, and then there's really poor areas, and then it's all kinds of despair. There's cities that look like third world countries, and so not everything is the same. And they're like, they don't know, these things. They got to go out into the world and find them out. But we know these things as we're older, so it always seems like we're down. It's like, no, we're trying to protect you. We're trying to tell you what this world is like. But at the same time, the reason why we fight is because we don't want the world to be like that anymore. You got to shine a light up to evil in order for it to see itself and hope that it scares itself and it runs away. And therefore it decides to not be so evil anymore. And black people are tired of trying because we know that's not going to be the case. You're not going to change these people. The ones who are like this, they're like this to death, and they're going to try and raise their kids to be the same way. It used to be they were in the dark, in the shadows. You only run into them in a sundown town or late at night when they feeling froggy. They don't have some, that liquor courage. But, for the most part, it's good. But you never know where you're at. In some places, if you're traveling, you don't know where you're at. And we want a better place. That's why we fight. That's why we talk about it. Because people are trying to make people believe it's not there. And if you think that it's not there, then you start to think that it's you, that you're not capable of getting a good job because you're not qualified. You really are. Or when you're getting a job that you have experience and they're telling you, oh, the DEI program, what's the DEI got to do with it? I can do the job. When you're trying to get a loan to get a house or sell your house, they're looking at your skin and giving you a different price than they give somebody else. Those types of things you want to end. Those types of things you didn't ask for. Those types of things we don't even do to other people. But we're the ones always trying to fight that shit and to stop it. We get tired of having to bring it up. We just want to have our peace. But they won't let us be peaceful. Because even when we are, they're always trying to test us to piss us off. When you feel like you can't win, you give up. You know what I'm saying? Or you just act like it's not there and be in denial. And after a while, you get tired of that. It's a cycle. You give up or you get in denial. You start back up again. You go through the whole different phases again. Just get tired of it. So today I broke down and said, you know what? I'm starting it. I always think of the problem and I think of the solution. And I start thinking of the things I'm going to start developing and letting people know about it little by little. Thank you, Just Saying, for gifting Straight Facts, No Chaser memberships. And I said to myself, I'm going to continue down this path. Whatever my guide, gives me, tells me what to do, puts on my heart, I'm just going to do it. And try and see it through. If it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't because I didn't put my heart into it. It's because it just didn't come to fruition. I don't have a problem with failure. I have an issue with never trying. That's my issue. When God puts it on my heart, I try it. If it fails, then it wasn't meant for me then. But it was meant for me at that time to come up with it. And I thought about today, and I'm looking to see if I can trademark it because I see it and it's gone. But I put it out here, people will probably take it before I get it. I should tell it anyway. But I'm focusing on a few names, but one is the We Party. And like I told you, I always say, it's not a me thing, it's a we thing. And it's not all about just one individual, it's about the people. It's about the people. People over politics. People over paper. You know what I'm saying? People over, party. What do the people want? That's all I care about. What do the people want? There's going to be, and again, it kills me. It's like, if you're in a poor neighborhood, there are things you need that a middle class neighborhood doesn't. It's only greed. It's only greed that sits there and says, okay, take care of my street. But the poor people, leave theirs alone. Just take care of mine. It's like, we're all paying taxes. They can take care of their streets and help them out. And if you're rich enough, which I think if we did the things right, we can start buying products from one another and start enriching one another so that we can start taking care of our communities with the same process. If we become wealthier, we can take care of our communities ourselves. I don't have a problem myself with this. That's why I said if I had Elon Musk money, I promise you, I wouldn't care about anything else other than trying to create industries in communities that are near poor or middle class areas and offering people in the community jobs, living wage jobs, so that they can go home and have pride and raise their babies up. Instead of picking up a pipe, pick up a job. Feel me? That's what I'm talking about. Instead of, in Virginia where they're going through all these the drugs and stuff they was going through, instead of that, create an industry there and give them jobs. Living wage jobs. They could do this tomorrow. But it ain't about that. It's whenever they decide to build something, it's like, oh, I want this loft area so my little kid can actually have, a loft. And so they'll buy a whole block. Just so rich kids can go buy their stuff and go off to college and hang out their own thing. And kick out the poor people. When they could easily help these poor people. So, let me buy this whole factory area and turn it into a hospital for the mentally ill. How about us take some of that $400 million that we're giving Elon and put it into that? Help them in every state. If we can get more money coming into people's pockets, we can put money into the pot. And if that's the case with people with more jobs, our taxes can go down and still the money could actually rise because there's more people with jobs. Not just regular, and here's the thing that gets me. They act like it's not enough money to pay people a living wage, but you're getting astronomically rich. How do you think you're getting astronomically rich? It's not because everybody's spending $5,000 on a t-shirt you're selling. That's not how you're getting astronomically rich. It's because you're not paying people worth a damn. They have to work 2 and 3 jobs. And therefore, you're edging out everybody and making more money off of what you used to pay people when factories were here. There was a living wage. They took that away with NAFTA. Everybody's lives started going downhill. People starting to have 2 and 3 and 4 jobs just to do what their parents or grandparents were able to do with one job. That's that greed. That's what that is. And those jobs are out there to be had. They're just not giving them to people. They're building industries closer to the middle class and wealthy people, so they don't have to go that far to go to work. But it's time the people start taking care of the people, giving a damn about the people. And it's time that we stop even giving them any kind of like an ounce of our time. You know what I mean? It's like it pisses you off so much. That's what your energy goes toward. They rob you of your happiness and your joy toward doing right by others. So I'm gonna try and put myself into this bubble, so to speak, wrap myself around this bubble of fuck the nonsense. And how can I help my people? You know what I mean? And this, I'm talking about American citizens, and I also help out black people because we've been left behind for so long. And it ain't about disliking any other culture. It's about loving our own because we fight so hard. And we have to trust people that it's hard to trust. But when we talk about the political sphere, that's got to be all people that give a damn about people and decide upon how we want this country, this world to look. And if enough of us start doing that, we might be able to do it without even needing the government's work. The government may not even, we could be like, you know what? Government, do your thing. We got this. We got this. If we're buying from each other and doing the damn thing, these rich people, we can edge them out. There's so many ways to go about this. And I've been thinking about it all day. And again, this just happened to me today. I broke down today and said, forget it. I'm done. I'm done with that. I'm done playing their game. I'm done getting mad with their shit. I am wanting to move forward with you people on what we want and not what they're doing to us. There's enough of us talking about that. I got to find my joy while I got time left on this earth. And my joy is loving on people. I'm so passionate about doing that and helping people. I'm willing to provide my gift of creating solutions and being like an avid solutionist to be able to solve problems and to talk to people, connect with people and say, what is it that your community needs? And why can't we help each other achieve our own community's needs? And why can't we help people start businesses? And here's another thing. I think the government, y'all don't heard me say it. I think the government should be investing in middle class and small businesses and not into billionaires. So these contracts should be going to people who are middle class, small business, mid-sized businesses, to small businesses, right? Not to gigantic corporations. They got enough money to do whatever the hell they want. But if you gave it to the smaller and mid-sized businesses, it would actually create jobs because they want to grow. The ones who've already grown, they just want to stack money. I think we got this all twisted. Stop giving these corporations big, money to try and stimulate the economy. No, give it to the small and mid-sized businesses because they will stimulate the economy because they're trying to move up. When you're already up here, you ain't motivated to go here. You're just motivated to steal everything for everybody so you just get richer by not having to work as hard. But when you're down at the bottom trying to claw your way up to the top or to the mid or whatever, yeah. If the government gave you subsidies to start businesses, it'd be damned if you wouldn't be creating jobs because you want to grow. You want that American dream. And whatever they tell you to do, hey, here's $3 million. We need you to create 5,000 jobs, whatever. You're going to try and reach that metric. Rich people are too entitled. They're like, you ain't going to tell me what to do. If I do it, I do it. If I don't, I don't. And they go buy stock and say, fuck everybody. And the government's like, Look at how Donald Trump treats Elon Musk out there on the lawn trying to sell his vehicles because everything's crashing for the man. While everybody else is like, can't afford eggs. You know what I'm saying? They're starting to sell eggs individually instead of fucking cartons because they're trying to make it feasible for some people. I mean, there's so many families. Healthcare is going down. I mean, they're sick. They're stressed out. This fired all over the place. And this man's talking about come and buy a Tesla. Fuck you, Trump. Fuck you, Elon. How about you give people their jobs back? How about you really take some time, Get the Republicans and Democrats both together, since how y'all doing it, and decide like what departments need to be looked at, and go through our democratic system, transparent and all, to cut stuff. Both parties, all people agree that we need to cut back on our government spending. But to go and just kill people's jobs out of nowhere without even an explanation to the people who are getting fired, they just come to work and they're fired, and you're not telling us what it's doing for us? You just want us to trust you? No. That's not transparency. I think that if we get together and start doing these things, we'll start making noise. We'll start getting people to want us on the news and podcasts and things of that nature to express what the people want, not what each individual thing is wanting. Like the Democrat and Republicans, I am done with that. People with me, let me know. And then, like I said, I'll start making a membership meeting for people who are serious so that we can just converse, talk, tell me what's going on. What would you want? Because a lot of people may not know anything that they want. You know, a lot of people maybe I don't want nothing from the government. I just wanted to be fair for everybody. That's fine. It's like, I'm doing good. I'm like, that's cool. But we need to talk to people then. If we don't have anything that we necessarily want, somebody in our neighborhood does. Somebody's going through something. We got to figure out, like, what is it that the people are going through? I don't care if it's through emails. I don't care if it's through door to door. I don't care what it is. But I'm willing to do it because I want this place to be the place. I want to leave this for my kids. And I don't know how long it's going to take. But if it doesn't start now, I don't believe it's. If we don't plant that seed, it's never going to start. So we're being the Martin Luther Kings and the Fannie Lou Hamers of the day, starting out, and the John Lewis's today. And that's what I'm moving toward. I got other programs going on, but this one right here is the political party, where I think we need to get more of a progressive, but also a very, when it comes to every aspect of it, we need to be like fiscally conservative, meaning like not what the Republicans say, because they're not fiscally conservative. Fiscally conservative is we got to pay for it before we make it, thinking about what we want. How will we pay for it? How much would the taxes be? How everything's going on now? I'm going through it all. Like, how much money do we put into the pot right now? And how much can we cut back? All these different things I'm running through because I really want this country to work. And I really want to see it better for my kids and my grandkids. And it won't start if we don't do it. A lot of our young is just disconnected from it. They don't see it. You know, in a way it's a good thing, and in another way it's a bad thing. The good thing is they're kind of like getting along and kumbayaing for most of them, but they're not realizing that the people that are being empowered are not like them. They're the divided, you know, amongst race and gender and all that shit. They're not accepting. And those are the people in power. The ones who accept all people don't want to get into politics because they're like, that's. And I'm like, well, if you leave it to these assholes, your life's going to be terrible. Because these people are being bred by the billionaires to be divisive so that they stay in power. And if you people who are young and more progressive and more if you don't get into politics and root that shit out, it's going to live in the way you believe it's going to die. So we have to get that out there to our young, the ones who are 20 and 30 right now, and before then, so they can grow into it. But I want to be able to have it in a situation where we can respect politicians, and it starts with us in a group like what I'm talking about doing, not being associated with any millionaires and billionaires, not being associated to any corporations that are telling us what to do. We're constantly looking for the people and representing the people. And we got to do it all over. If the mothers of or moms of liberty can come up and they got a bunch of millionaires and billionaires giving them money. But if they can do this and consistently trying to destroy people's education or put out their ideologies or rewrite history or whatever it is, we need to have something to match that energy. Because the Democrats aren't fighting them. The Republicans, they're part of them. So I'm sure like a Bernie Sanders and an Elizabeth Warren maybe, and an AOC and a Jasmine Crockett maybe. But that's 4. And again, like the person said before, those are unicorns. We need to find people who really want life to be right by them. And it's got to be a mixture of young, middle, like my age, and even older, who are ready for the world to move in a sense like Bernie. Now, what happens with Bernie is that he has a label and a name that people can automatically just say, oh, he's a socialist, is that and the third. I'm not even trying to hear all that. This is the people. We're in the people. We're talking about the People's Party. We want us to be able to be for us and by us, determine what we think is right for this country based on a lot of people's decisions, not just mine and yours. We throw our decision in the pot and we all kind of like agree on certain things, agree to disagree on other things, and work things out, hash them out. But we got to come with a heart of we want something, but we want to give something too. So you got to have that give and take heart, not that like give me shit. I can't stand. It's like, look, if there's something in your community needs, fine. Don't come asking for 17 things and then the other community gets nothing. No, I ain't got time for that shit. That's the same old crap we've been dealing with. And if we can't get past that, then we might as well just stay in the parties that we're in and just ride this shit out to whoever comes to destroy the rest of it. I'm not trying to have that personally. I'm trying to get that joy back. I'm trying to get it so that, when I'm gone, when I leave, whenever that is, that the world is moving in the right place, in the right direction, and not toward this hate and division, more toward cohesion and love and respect and, agree to disagree. Anybody coming up with bills and laws that's going to harm people, I don't understand that at all. I don't get it. I don't get how people, I understand you can't please everybody, but you can create bills and laws that help people and not destroy other people's lives. It's not that hard. It's not that black and white. There's a lot of gray in it. But we got to stop being beholden to these billionaires, want all these subsidies and all these things to happen and take over people's communities and get all these regulations taken away. It's like there are regulations for a reason. We got to regulate areas so that families don't get cancer from living next to factories. That's got to be regulated. You can't sit here and allow these people to get sick just because you want to make money. No. You either step up your game and stop everybody in the community getting sick, or you pick up lease and go somewhere else. Those types of things have got to be worked out. You can't just sit here and sacrifice people's lives. I just saw a video about this. And so I think we need to focus and revamp this whole thing, because I don't think the parties are salvageable. I think there's going to be a limiter on the Democratic Party, which is it is right now. We're going to have to wait till that party, the older people in there die off in order for it to move toward a more inclusive government. And even then, you're going to get Republicans trying to, put out millions and millions, if not billions of dollars worth of ads trying to get people scared of something that's supposed to help them. That's why we need to start grassroots, so that people know this thing ain't trying to hurt nobody. It's trying to help everybody. Ain't trying to take nothing away from anybody. It's really trying to find out what people need and provide it and pay for it. And if we create enough jobs and people are paying, taxes, and the rich are paying their fair share, taxes could probably go down and we still have enough in the pot to take care of everything, because we have more people working living wage jobs instead of these minimum wage jobs, which are ridiculous for grown people to be in. But we got to do what we got to do. But there should be a situation where these companies are paying living wages. And if they can't afford it, then they should only have, young people working for them. We got to figure something out. That's the way I look at it. Sleep well. Who went to bed? You got that right. You had to get some sleep. All right, just saying. Thank you, Drew. Take care. Thanks for being here. It's good to be in the company of other like-minded folks. Till next time. Take care, just saying. Thanks again for the memberships. We will be starting to have a membership meetings in which we'll discuss these things in detail. But I just wanted to, get on here and discuss like today, the day I had, and how I've decided to move differently. And not everybody's got to do it, I understand. But personally, I'm done. I'm done with that. And I don't know. I can't wait till I don't know. Everybody goes to like independent or whatever the heck it is. I don't know how I'm gonna go about that. But I'm divorcing myself from that and actually just focusing on the people. What do the people want? And so I'm gonna start creating polls and questions to ask. So um, I might end up doing it in here or whatever. So whenever I get people's emails, I'll do the same thing so that we can kind of work this thing out. If people want to do it, I haven't even polled anybody here if they want anything like this to happen. Should not be considered a person by any measure, save wit. I agree. I agree. They should not be able to vote. Get away from the two-party system. Yeah. We need something for the people, I believe. And I said the we party, and there's so much that goes with the we party that's, you know, talking about the people on top of everything. People over party, people over partisanship. I mean, not partisanship, but people over party, people over politics, people over paper, meaning money. It's like focus on the people and the money will come. But when you focus on just the money, you're looking at who you can rob to get it. And I'm like, that's not the thing. We've tried everything else. We just haven't tried being like what we always preach, being God-like, caring about the people more than you care about anything else, and the other things will come in the place. I believe we haven't tried it, so we should try it. My brother, keep it. It really keeps me from going crazy these days. Oh, you're welcome, D West. I appreciate you and family. Same here. I just had to get this stuff unloaded because that's what happened to me. That I stopped doing videos and doing, joking and stuff like that because it just really broke me down to think that our country literally is okay with a criminal running it. Like everything I was ever taught, and this guy is like at the top, being a person who's, sexually assaulted women, grabbed them by, you know what? I mean, it's just topsy-turvy. That shit just broke me. I was like, our country is not getting better. It's getting fucking worse. And what would make somebody be so disheartened with the world, the United States, that you would have no problem putting a criminal in his place? Yeah, that took me down a little bit. But right now, I'm moving toward my positive energy. I had to let all this stuff out. And so I'm gonna keep talking about the politics and things of that nature, but I'm probably gonna attach solutions to it because I'm kind of tired of just complaining without having any kind of solutions. And I've been doing the solution thing for a long time, but I'm gonna probably do one or two things and then provide solutions on like what we can do, or how we can do it, and how we can revise it if we're gonna write our own thing with the We Party. So, yeah. So now I can find my joy again and be with good people and get back to the basics of, we the people, not this crap that's going on now. We divided people. All right. They stole us out. I love your channel. Thank you, Emma. Welcome. A person is a person. Corporation should never be allowed to be above that. Legally, economically, financially, a corporation's sole purpose should be to serve the country and its people. Right, Save Wit? I agree with you. Goes against maximizing profits, and that goes against capitalism. Yeah, but again, I look at it like this. Just like they try to rewrite, woke and rewrite all these other things, I'm rewriting capitalism in the sense of doing good by people will create opportunities. Because again, for me, with capitalism, what I remember speaking to one guy, and you're right. I'm not saying you're wrong. I was in this meeting, had no idea who I was sitting next to. I can't remember his name right now. I'm pretty sure he's passed away now. It was many years ago, and he was like, knocking on death's door at the time. But anyway, I belonged to this group that was, just all about doing positive things for people. We're positive leaders toward change in the world. And we had this function, and I was invited to it because I had just started being in. They invited me. One of the CEOs invited me. I'm like, all right, cool. So I go, and the thing about me, if you know me in person, one of the things you'll find out is that one of the gifts I have is I know it's gonna sound weird, but it's true. I had my friend learned the hard way. I ain't gonna mention his name, but one of my close friends learned the hard way. I have this gift. Used to be a burden, but I stepped into it. Strangers walk up to me all the time, and I don't always know they're gonna come up to me, but I can sometimes feel it. And they walk up to me, and they have a problem. They don't know me from Adam. I've never met them, but they open up to me, and they just start telling me about life, and you know, and every time that this person is drawn to me, whatever that person may be, white, black, Latin, whatever, it doesn't matter who it is, old, young, the first thing they come to me and they say, I feel like I needed to talk to you about something. And I used to tell my friend all the time that this thing happens to me. And sometimes it comes in droves. It'll come like, 5 people come within a week. Then it'll be like 6 months and nobody came, right? And so I told him that this happens to me. And he's like, he's the total like person who plays a devil's advocate on everything, right? So he's like, man, come on, quit lying, dog. What you sound crazy. I said, man, I wish I was crazy in a sense, because I don't know what to do when these things come. Because when I was younger, it used to be a burden. I was like, yo, I ain't got time for this in my head, but I would stop anyway because it felt like I was supposed to do something. They'll ask me a question, or in this situation, my homie, he was like, he didn't believe it, and we were downtown LA. I'll give you an example. Downtown LA, and we were walking. I lived out at the time. I lived in the loft, and we were walking, and it was late at night, so we was going to this little spot that's still open to get some coffee and stuff. We just walked around, and when we going toward this place, and it was like this little homeless encampment type of thing. They had the little blue tarp thing, but there was this brother walking toward us, and I got a glimpse of him in the corner of my eye, and then I'm talking to my homie, and I said, to him, I said, you're about to witness it. He's like, what are you talking about? I said, this guy's gonna stop me and talk to me. Don't ask me how I know. Just don't ask me. But I'm telling you, I don't know why, but he's gonna stop me. And he's like, dude, quit tripping. I'm like, I'm telling you, man. I said, I don't lie to this shit. And I was like, it just is what it is. So he's like, all right, cool. So me and him decided to walk. It was great to go walk across the street. Not, it was like a side street. So it's like walking on one side sidewalk, and then you walk off the sidewalk and go to the other side of the sidewalk. And that's where the encampment was. We were standing over here, right back here under a tree. And then I just said, he's going to talk to me. I said, let's go ahead and continue walking. So we started walking. This guy's walking across down the street on the same side of the street, but he's walking toward us. And my man was sitting there like, he said, he was a dude walked past us. And so, he wanted to be, he's a smart ass like me. He goes, yeah, I thought he was going to stop by and talk to you. See, I knew that was all bullshit. I said, hey, I felt it. And then the next when he said that, the dude comes back over this shoulder, taps me on the shoulder, said, man, I need to talk to you about something. And my homie was like, what the fuck? I said, I told you. I ain't gonna lie. Why would I lie about these things? I said, when I grew up, it was a burden, son. It was a burden. I just hate it. I mean, I asked God, why you curse me with this shit? But it's real. And so the guy came and tapped me on the shoulder and said he had talked to me about something. And he was clean cut. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't notice that he was homeless, but in my head, I knew he was homeless. And my man didn't think he was homeless either because he was clean. And he said, yeah, man, I've been homeless and this, that, and the third. We spoke for about an hour, right? It was over 40, 50 minutes or something like that. And my homie had to stand up against the wall of this, high rise, whatever it was, apartment building. And he's standing up against the wall waiting and waiting and waiting. And this man is talking to me. And at the end, he gave me a hug and shook hands. But he had a gift. He made when he was on the street, because he was in the military and he had mental health issues and stuff of that nature, but he always kept clean. He's talking about how he grew up getting clean and being in the military. And I'm like, man, just keep doing what you do. And I saw his bracelet. His bracelet was tight, but it was made out of like these little metal things, whatever it is. I'm like, what is that? And he said, oh, I make these. I said, really? I said, how do you make them? You know what I mean? And he picks things up off the street and does this art with it, and he made bracelets. And I was like, wow, that's cool. I said, but you know what? I said, you like doing that? I said, yeah. I said, that's your gift. That's your ticket out of where you at, man. Sell those. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, you think people will buy them? I know people will buy them. In fact, I'll get 10 of them. Just let me know when you're ready. I gave him my card and all stuff like that. Just let me know. You know what I'm saying? So oftentimes, and I know this happens to other people. I've talked to them in my lifetime that people are drawn to you. Oftentimes we turn them away because we don't want to spend no time. We got stuff going. We're too busy. You heard me say before about smelling the roses. Sometimes God will send you a human being that's that rose that you're supposed to stop and smell. Don't get it twisted. Smell meaning listen, take the time, breathe in what they're saying, and be their miracle. Sometimes you're the miracle being sent. And other times, that person's sent to give you a miracle while asking you for one. It's an amazing gift to have, and it's an amazing thing. And really, it's all about opening up love to other people. And I think that conduit, that love portal, other human beings can feel it. And that's why I think they come to me. It's because they can feel that aura of, I love them, even though I don't know them. And so that's the thing that I think is one of my gifts. And so that's why I offer it to everybody who comes to me for it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I go and it never works when I try and help people who don't want to be helped. It only works when I'm talking to people just in general, and it helps one out of the group that I may not know it helped, or they always come to me in some way, shape, or form. So as long as I continue doing it, I'll bless other people while they continue to bless me. And so that's the way. That's a simple thing, and that's why I think of all these solutions is always to help the many. You know what I mean? Because if you're helping us or any other people who have problems, you're going to help other people as well, because you never know who they're going to share that with, whose life they're going to change by actually taking your words and giving them to somebody else. It's an amazing gift. I have this thing where I attract weirdos. I am a weirdo magnet, so I can understand. Yeah, my sister was like that. She passed away. She attracted some of the worst men. I ain't gonna lie, and she just attracted them for some reason. But it just was, and they would be like worse in the same way though. It was odd that she was like, I don't want no guy like this no more. Next thing she's dating somebody, I'm like, that's like a carbon copy of the last dude. You know what I'm saying? They may not look the same, but their characters are like 100% the same. That's like, yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, all kinds of people have these different things. So anyway, you guys can support the show. You can see scrolling at the bottom. Tell people about it. We're going to start moving toward talking more about the party and how I'm going to start developing things and logos and all that. That's what I do. And start getting let's say like approvals, but showing people what's going on in the process so that we can move toward a better place, better ideologies. And the best thing I think about it is that even if it doesn't all the way make it to a party, we'll get a bunch of people who really want something, and then we can make sure that happens whatever party we decide to be with. But my focus, my goal is to create it and eventually turn it into a party, but a movement first. And you never know where God's going to take it when we all start to realize, no matter what race, color, creed we are, if we focus on helping one another and being there for one another, opening up our hearts to say, I already got what I need. What can I be of service to help other people? My community is nice. They take care of our roads. They take care of our trees. How can I be of service for those where society is not doing that for them? How can I be of service for that? That's the world I want to live in. So that's the world I'm gonna try and be an example for. And maybe people come, maybe they won't. But that's where my happiness lies, and I'm gonna move that direction. And whomever God brings my way was meant for it. Who doesn't, wasn't. I'm not trying to change people. I'm trying to find my people, those who care, those who love freely, and those who want to do right by people. Shouldn't be hard, but it appears it is for many. But I think we lead by example and go from there. I want to thank you guys for being here that are allergic to housework. Yeah, maybe they don't have a house. That's it. Uh, and in my time too, I have a real talent for that. Yeah, I don't necessarily think it's you, Rude. You know what I'm saying? It may attract them that way, but it's got to be a trait within them that you like, that you're attracted to. Find our tribe. That's it, K. Gould. I believe the We Party is going to be the tribe of just good people. No matter what race, color, creed, religion, non-religion, trans, gay, lesbian, I don't care. My thing is just be good people. Just be good people. It's okay that you want something. That's fine. I want it for you too. I do. I mean, we're putting money into a pot called the government. And in that pot, if your community needs, new roads and bridges because it's falling apart, I want that for you. My neighborhood may not need a bridge. It may need a hospital or whatever it may be. All right, there's a hospital of mine, a bridge for yours. How hard is that? How hard is that? We're in this world community. It's not just your hood that exists. It's all of ours. It's our planet. Let's take care of it. It's just that simple. Let's be responsible human beings, responsible like inhabitants or parents of this country, of this world, of this globe, and do right by it. It really isn't hard. It really isn't. I mean, maybe it is to some people because they don't have a heart worth a damn, but for good people, it's not hard. It's whether you want to do it or not. Simple as that. We can. Think about it. In almost every one of my groups, whether it be this right here on YouTube or on TikTok, where I deal with, Black unity, focusing on helping, Black people focus on like unifying, because we've been going through so much pain and anguish and anger and trying to figure out like who's for us, who's against us. But there's good people in it, and all they really want is for their kids to be treated fairly and all these different things and have opportunities and get loans and things of that nature. Having the same resources in their communities that are over here in this middle class, like white community or whatever it may be. They want that. And that everybody, they should get it. Just like your community should get what it needs. I don't want to mess with anybody who may have seizures. I'm going to turn this light off. Don't want to do that. I know people can have it and look at it. I don't want you getting sick. But so I want to, that's what I think we should be able to do. And it shouldn't be hard. And if it is, you don't belong in this tribe. You don't belong in this party that we're developing. Like people will be attracted, I'm sure. Others won't, But I'm tired of the division. I'm ready to unify around some issues. I'm ready to help people and be helped. And I think most of us just want to heal the country. We're tired of opening up wounds. And the way you heal it, first of all, you got to pull off the scab and then put some disinfectant. And the disinfectant is this, first of all, true history, so that everybody feels either appreciated or, understanding of the past. It's not to make anybody feel guilty or better, or just know the truth. And from the truth, we have a foundation we can work from. Because if we know the truth and we admit it, we don't want to go back to it. It's just like anything else. If you are addicted to something, you have to admit you're addicted to it. in order to be able to get over it. If you're addicted to sexism, racism, or any kind of isms, you have to admit it in order to get over it. If you keep lying to yourself, like, oh, it's not a racist country, oh, it's not racist, this is not sexist, this is not, you're just trying to hide from it so that you never have to answer to it. Deal with it, move on after you've opened that wound, apply whatever solution to it, then put that Band-Aid back on, allow it to heal. Then we can move forward to the next thing and work together in unison. But it has to happen first to admit all the wrongs, all the ills, and then work toward a better tomorrow and a better future. That's what I believe. And that's what I'm going to work on. Thank you guys so much. I'm about to get out of here, grab something to eat. It's been a long day, and I was pretty much down throughout the day until I started thinking about the WE Party, and then I started lighting up a little bit. Talking to you guys is therapy, because good people is always awesome to talk to good people. Um, and I'm gonna keep moving, and the days are gonna get brighter. I'm trying to get all this nonsense out of my head and fight our way, and that to me is being able to fight for the right things. But actually, we got to find out what we find to be right, so that we can fight together in unison toward ending certain things that are causing pain in our lives. At this current moment, we have two parties, and I'm more aligned with the Democrat Party. Excuse me. Excuse me. And so I'm going to be working on those particular policies and bringing them up. But if they're not fighting, I'm going to be out here talking about what we should be doing. And hopefully they'll hear it and start moving in that direction if we are loud enough. So I'll continue working down that path. And still have another person I'm connecting to about the black farmers and what they're going through, and the small farmers, what they're going through, as opposed to the large farmers, and what's happening out there. I put in a contact to talk to someone. I think he's like the head of the black, or founder of the Black Farmers Association or something like that. Reason why is because we talked before about coming up with solutions that can help the smaller farmer and also help people like you and me, the average citizen, that, Trump and Democrats, Republicans, they're not going to do anything about these prices. You know what I'm saying? They're just going to let it ride through. And talking to these farmers, what we can do as a people, part of the We the People Party, is being able to say to these farmers, look, we're willing to buy directly from you. I mean, I'll set it up with a website or whatever it may be and design it so that in every state, locally, they can deliver directly to the people instead of waiting for these processors and the government. No, with all that crap, the price of eggs is high. But if we go directly to you, how feasible, how possible is it? Because I want to talk to them one-on-one, even with you guys watching. How possible is it? Are you tied to their contract so much that you can't do it? Or can you do it and you're just waiting for the system to be built? Then it's on us to start building it. So therefore, we can get food directly to us and get rid of this taxation and all this craziness, these tariffs that they're putting on everything. And maybe we can save some of these small to mid-sized farmers, and the only people who go through hell are the corporate farms. We'll get our food directly from the farm. So that's another thing that I've been thinking about. I'm trying to tear these billionaires down to the studs. And I'm going to do whatever was in my heart, mind, and soul, and the spirit, and whatever gift God has given me in my brain to do it via technology and talking to the people who are feeling the pain and that want to do just right by people, but rich people, evil people just want to F over everybody just to stay rich. We the people can stop that. Stop listening to their bullshit. Stop buying their shit and start focusing on how we the people can take care of we the people. All right? Y'all take it easy. I'm in real quick and right back out. Good night. Good night, old school funk. Take it easy, man. Always a good conversation. I don't know how someone like Trump or Musk or Bezos can sleep at night. They don't have a heart. They don't have a soul. These people are narcissistic. They don't have any feelings toward anybody. None whatsoever. It's a transaction to them. And when you see people and you witness people like that in real life, you'll notice it. They never have an emotion. Have you ever seen Donald Trump like laugh and have a good time? No. Have you seen Elon Musk without any kind of drug in him laugh and have a good time? No. They don't. They literally love and get off fucking people over. Firing them is like his high. This dude loves that because it's not about the firing. It's the pain. They love seeing other people in pain because they get to do it. They're really psycho, to be quite honest. You can look at them and tell that that's what they're on. They love causing pain to other people. They love suckering other people. I guarantee you, when they get together behind the scenes, they're laughing at how much pain they're causing people while eating a $500 steak or whatever it may be. They are enamored. It is what they get up and do every morning. I don't know about you. I get up and I'm passionate about life. I'm like, man, I'm alive today. God gave me another day. What can I do to provide, any kind of service to people? And I get off on that. I mean, my energy is like off the charts. I can sleep for 3 hours, wake up and do it again. They can do that toward harming people, toward making money. Because they know fucking people over means they make more money. If I owe you $100,000 and I'm a bastard, you don't gave me $100,000 worth of service or products, I get off on the fact of only giving you $20,000 and spending $150,000 on a lawyer, so that I never have to pay you. And then you leave with 20 grand, and then you leave with court costs that are probably over 100,000. Now you're under 100,000 or even 80,000 because I only gave you 20. It didn't bother me none because I got a surplus of money. They love fucking people's lives up. They get off on it. They get off on it. You can't sustain something like that, and like you said, and go to sleep unless it's something you enjoy doing. They do. They not like us. Say we. It's an addiction. It really is. You can tell. Because think about it. Elon Musk, Donald Trump, they got enough money that they can go off on an island, chill, everything like that. It's not about the money for them anymore. They love the money, but it's what the money gets them. The power, the control. They lose money. He lost $200 billion in stock. He had Trump come out and give an ad on the White House lawn. That's power. You got a president literally hiring him for $100 million because he ended up putting money, I guess, in his account. Supposed to spend $100 million. For $100 million, you hired the president, the most powerful man supposed to be, or person, if you ever get a woman in there, in the world, to literally go and do an ad like somebody who's like you've never heard of, just trying to sell a Toyota or a Ford in a commercial. You got it's such a simp, weak ass move for a president to be out trying to sell a car with notes. You gave notes to the president on what to say and what to do. Do you understand that Elon Musk is sitting back with his little son and saying, son, we own him. Look, we own him. Look at him. Yeah. I wrote down what you told me. His son maybe told. I wrote down the prices that you mentioned. It's on that piece of paper. Look at him. Son, this is power. This man is the most powerful man in the world. And I got him selling my cars. Not only that, he's kissing my ass in front of all these people who are asking about real life issues. And he's talking about my car. Can you imagine what little shit that little kid's going to grow up to be? It's insane. It's insane. You're welcome, Ann. I really appreciate your honesty and integrity. It's in short supply these days. The Orange Menace has enabled the worst instincts of his cult and others. Very true. But we're going to see all this stuff happen. Empty souls. You're right, K. Gould. So, thank you guys supporting the show. I appreciate it. Again, I want to thank Just Saying for getting the 5 memberships. I appreciate you. and also Demetrius for in this show becoming a truth bomber. Welcome, and for all of you coming and listening to what I'm saying, I appreciate you. Um, and I'm about to get out of here and get something to eat. You guys have a great evening. I'll see some of you guys tomorrow. Others, um, maybe next week. Who knows? But as always, stay brilliant because you are. And if anybody tells you not, they're lying. As I said earlier, when I'm one of the people who always tell people that they're brilliant because oftentimes people weren't told that they've been blessed with something other than just mediocre stuff. Oftentimes we don't know our purpose in this world because we've been told that everything that we want to do or that makes us feel good to do doesn't make enough money, isn't worth it, or it's too many people want to do it. You'll never be anybody. I am one of those people who believes my Creator created me to follow my passions, and those passions will lead me to my purpose. And once I do that, that purpose is defined. Then all I have to do is think of of a person that I can serve, or people I can serve, or how I can make that gift into a service, and that's going to take me to wherever God created me to be. It's really not that hard. It's just that many people try their damnedest to talk you out of what you are supposed to do. And I was younger, a computer guy who was teaching me, computer back in the day. It was zeros and ones back then, and I was really good at it, and I really wanted to go down that path. But I listened to my teacher at the time, and they were like, this thing isn't going to blow up. It's not going to be that big of a thing. The mainframes, they're really huge. You couldn't afford this at your home. All this stuff that talked me out of what I was passionate about. And here it is today. I write code and do things like that, but I came back to it. Had I not listened to him, I'd probably be coding for, and have a bunch of, apps that I've built. But the reality is I have that gift now because I listened to him then that talked me out of it. And I tell people, even my kids, don't let anybody, not even me, talk you out of what you want to do. It takes you to do it and fail for you to know what you're capable of. To have somebody talk you out of it, that's horrible. And if you found yourself in that position and you're still living and breathing, it's never too late. I don't care if you're 80. You should never have to leave this planet with something inside you that you never try because somebody talked you out of it, or you talked yourself because you were fearful of it. Talk yourself into something. Quit talking yourself out of something. If your heart and mind feels it, try it. It's okay to fail. But the thing that you'll learn is no matter what you do or try to do, it doesn't have to be something that makes a lot of money. You can want to, color in a coloring book. And again, people say, it's that simple. No. Do things that make you feel good, things that you want to do. I don't care what it is. And it doesn't have to be a career, so to speak. It's something you're passionate about. And as you start to do that passion and it makes you feel good, it may be a conduit to the next thing. Everything's like a tool in your tool chest. If you don't explore it, it doesn't get you to that next phase. So you have to explore what you feel to be good inside, regardless of what anybody else may say. And as you do that, you start to get better at it. You get better at it. That thing might be it. But that may be a tool you need to move to that next level. So for me, for example, I used to draw a lot when I was a kid. I loved it. I got away from it because I saw competition. I'm like, all right, maybe it's not for me. Again, nobody gave me the vision as a kid and said, hey, keep doing it. Don't compare yourself to anybody. So I had to learn this on my own. So as I got older, in my late 30s, I started drawing again and sketching. And it felt so good. And then I said, okay, cool. What else? From there, I started developing designs and 3D designs. Then I started doing graphic arts. Now I can create labels and things of that nature with ease. And be able, and on top of that, it led me to writing code, which took me back to when I was 16. Now I can create small codes and video games and things of that nature. And it doesn't always have to be about the money. It's about the love of it. And now I've been able to transform that into money because I serve people with my gift. whether I be speaking in public, whether I build something for somebody, whether I build a logo, these things give me joy. And it didn't have to make me $1 million to do it. What it did was just bring me joy and happiness when I do it. I can do it and don't even realize I didn't go to sleep. Be up 24 hours, like, damn, what time is it? And those types of things is what will take you to that next level and won't seem like work. It'll be something that you're passionate about. And once you're done, whatever it is, it's your masterpiece. And you get to appreciate it. And I don't care if it's accounting. I don't care if it's sewing or drawing or sketching. It doesn't matter. Keep searching for that thing that gives you that energy, and it'll take you to your purpose. People keep telling the people, oh, you know, there's no such thing. Just get a job. And I said, that's if you're searching for money. But if you're searching for happiness, money don't bring that. Not at all. The money comes when you start doing things that make you happy. You can make money doing things that piss you off, but what good is it once you're rich and you're still pissed off? Because that's the only way you know how to make money. So even if you have a gig now, just do things you love and you're passionate about, and it'll open doors for you. And you may not even know they're being opened, but sooner or later you're going to wake up and be like, wow, I'm doing something I actually love and I'm getting paid for it. And that energy keeps you going and going. And then so many people that I've known throughout my life and have counseled throughout my life are making six figures and wasn't making anything before because they followed that path, doing things they love. And it started for one, skydiving. That's all it was. But that skydiving unlocked fear for them. After they got to the ground, it's like, man, I can do anything. And then they took risk and started investing. I'll try that because the fear was gone. It unlocked that person's fear that he'd been holding his whole life. And when he realized he can land after jumping from it and see the whole world like a bird would, the sky was the limit. So take the limiter off and start doing things you like, things you may be afraid of that you always wanted to do, and let it unlock you and take you to that next level. Don't expect anything other than to enjoy it. And then reflect on it. And it'll tell you, no matter what you do, if it's new, think about this for a second. I don't care what it is. If you say, oh, man, I want to go jump out of a plane, or man, I want to sew. I've never done that before. Or I want to write. I never done that before. I'm going to write a book. I never done that before. You got to understand something. Every time you do something you've never done before, you're no longer the person you were before. You'll never be that person ever again. You're born anew. If you write a book, you're no longer the person who didn't write a book. You are a new person. If you learn how to do a different skill, you're no longer that person. You're being born anew. You have another gift. You've unlocked another level in your life that you're not the same person that you were the day before you learned it. And as you continue to get better, once you're great at it, you're not the same person that just started to learn it. You're an expert at it. Just think of life. Every time you do something, you're born anew, and start looking at it like a kid. I want to continue doing new things. I want to continue growing. And that drive will take you wherever your God or lack thereof, your higher power, wants you to be. Because only you possess that gift, nobody else. It's yours to unlock. It's yours to share. It's yours to create a service for. And it's yours to make you become all you were created to be. Trust, believe, and you can achieve anything you put your mind to. All right. That's enough. That's the gift that God gave me to give to y'all, and I'm pretty sure it's going to help me as well. So I'll let you guys go. You guys have a wonderful night. I'll see some of you guys tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right? Y'all take care. Much love. All right, be safe.